What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Death Roads Tournament. This is one of those games that I've been waiting for. I've been excited about this one. We had a chance to cover it when the early access first came out, and now the game's been in 1.0 for a couple of weeks. I actually missed it when it happened because I'm always a busy guy. And so today we're going to check it on out. If you've never seen Death Roads Tournament before, you don't know what it is. This game is a roguelike-ification of the basic core Mad Max idea, where there's a post-apocalyptic world where the moon has exploded, the instability of the tides has ended up destroying the entire planet. We are now officially inside the Fallout post-apocalypse, and people like to duke it out on the roads in order to fight for glory, and for money, and for prestige, and for stuff like that. And that's exactly what we're doing inside of our heavily weaponized, what looks like a Charger maybe, or like a Challenger. So join me. Today we're going to play the game for about 25 or 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if you wanted to take a big old pass. This game is pretty cool. I like it a lot. The link is down below if you wanted to check it on out. Other than that, you'll also find a link down there to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with the game. What exactly is Death Roads Tournaments? What are we looking at right here? Why does it matter? Well, we're trying to cannonball our way across the continental United States. And so we're trying to go all the way from Seattle or San Francisco or wherever it is that you are. We're trying to get all the way out to Washington, D.C. And you're allowed to do anything along the way. You're allowed to kill a guy, stab a guy, smoke a guy, murder a guy. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get there first, you get the eternal glory and prestige of being a Death Roads champion. And that's what we're attempting to do. Right now, I'm jockeying for space with this little dune buggy right here. He's got what looked like... You rammed me again, you little turd. He's got what looks like a boombox on him that allows him to attack to both sides. This game is heavily positional based, and this game is also heavily card based. Those among you that pay attention to the things that I say while I'm recording these videos, they're probably thinking something along this point like, Splattercat, I thought you hated card games. I thought you didn't like them. Well, my thing about card games is they're all trying way, way, way too hard to be Slay the Spire. I don't mind a card game as long as it's original and as long as it's unique. Ooh, a parachute, eh? This game is unabashedly unique, and that's why I dig it. We're going to take the parachute and equip it. I think that sounds like a fun piece of equipment that I've never had on my car before. We'll talk about what just happened there in a minute, but first we got to take another road battle. This road battle is going to be a little bit nastier. This one's going to be a little bit tougher because these guys hoit. They hoit real bad. Do I have any way to, like, move backwards and get behind these guys? So what are you looking at on screen right now? Before I get too crazy thinking about what it is I'm going to do, what does the nomenclature mean here? Because I think if you're uninitiated, this game is kind of busy and it's kind of confusing. There are health bars. That's the red one. You've got your control bar, which is the blue one. And you've got your gear, right? Your health, when that goes down to 0, you die. Easy to understand. We've got 15 armor plating on our car. That takes damage before our HP does. There's also something similar for handling that's called grip. Handling is both your AP and it's kind of a conceptualization about how in control of your car you are. If it goes down to 0, you go into a skid, and you've got to draw from the skid deck, which makes your car move around randomly, and you've got to draw an amount of cards equal to the gear that you're in. Why does the gear you're in matter? Well, if you take a look at any of these cards down here, they have a handling cost in the top left corner, but based on what gear you're in, they do different things. So if I was in a high gear, this would make me go backwards by 2 instead of going backwards by 1. So the general conflict of interest in this game is being in high gear almost universally makes your cards get more bang for their buck. However, being in high gear means that if you lose control of your car, it's really, really, really bad, and you're going to hate your life. So, you're constantly jockeying and trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do with my car here? I think I'm mostly just going to be jockeying for position here. But I'd like to get in behind this guy if I can, because I've got one laser shot right there. I don't need to worry about handling too much, because these guys don't inflict any movement damage on you. So I can basically laser shot him now with the cannons on the front of my car to get rid of him. And then we'll pass a turn, because I don't need to maintain my handling, really. It's really unfortunate that we drew Laser Trail right there. I don't need Laser Trail. I need other things. He's gonna ram us for 1 whole damage. Watch out, chat. It's 1 whole damage. Are you terrified for your safety yet at the hands of the 1 whole damage? I sure am. Is he gonna try to shoot me right here? I think he's gonna try to shoot me right here. Unfortunate. Okay, so I need to redraw. These are useless to me right now. There we go. That's helpful to me. Goodbye, little laser bot. Yeah, it's an AoE, so we're going to have to do something here. I need to shift into high gear. It's going to be expensive to do it, though. And I can only gear shift up once with what I have on me right now. I think we may go differential. And then I can discard 2 things. I want to discard those 2 things. There we go. I fixed my problem. Huzzah. God, I love the built-in cards. So in this game, there's a ton of different pilots. There's a ton of different cars. All of them do different things. I'm playing the Big Lebowski guy right now, where the gimmick of his abilities is that he doesn't worry about stuff. So his deck tends to focus a lot on like redrawing cards, and if you get things you don't like, oh well, who cares? He's got a dozen different ways to replace those things that you don't like. There are other characters that focus specifically on like machine gun fighting, shooting SMGs out of their windows, being very, very fast, being very rammy, being very melee. It's up to you what you want to go with. Totally your call. I don't think... So we've got a laser right there, and I've got lasers on the front, but I don't think I have a top-mounted thing, right? Yeah, I don't have a top-mounted weapon. So I think I'll take a top-mounted weapon right here. We've got like a buzzsaw that we can put on top of the vehicle. After every single fight, you're going to get scrap, which is the currency of the realm. You're also going to get parts. We just hit a spot right here where it's a repair bay. But if you don't need the repair bay, one thing I very much like in this game is that instead of forcing you to just kind of be disappointed with your repairs and take them anyways, every single location in this game, whether it be a shop or a repair bay or whatever else, if you don't need it, it has a side path that just lets you get a bunch of resources for free for bypassing it. And right here, we got something that we needed, a 4-liter engine that's better than the one that we currently have. This is going to give us a lot more front and back mobility, and then on top of that, it gives us the ability to upshift and also up armor whenever we'd like to do so. I will collect that engine. Another thing that's nice about this game is that you can re-equip your craft whenever you want to. There's nothing limiting you. Do whatever you want whenever you want. Want to equip a new engine? Equip the new engine, man, with the exposed headers and everything. Do whatever you want. You want to change out your buzzsaw? Change it out, brother. The sky's the limit. One thing this game does really, really well is just allowing the player to do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. You spot a roadside casino with a large neon sign that says drive-thru. Curious about it, you turn to check it out. A voice from the speaker next to the cash deposit explains that you can bet some scrap to spin a roulette wheel. How high do you want to bet? Is that AI art right there? That's not good. I don't like gambling. If that's AI art right there, I don't know if this is AI art or if somebody actually drew this, all right? I'm not good at identifying that stuff. But anyways, if it is AI art, you should replace it with real art. Driving through the highway, you come across a broken down old military transport truck. The back of the vehicle is covered with a tarp, concealing a large metal container. As you wonder why does it look intact and not looted, you hear a menacing beeping coming from the inside. I mean, it is beeping. So it looks like we lose 40. We have a 50-50 chance to lose 40 health, but every 8 cards we get a rage. That kind of increases our... I'm just going to take the scrap, man. I'm not going to get greedy. We're headed to a repair shop and also another shop anyways, so who cares? It's going to be fine. So we're fighting this buggy right here. What's this buggy want to do? It's a military hot rod. Does he have a missile launcher, bro? He's got plasma trail. And apparently he's also got a Tesla coil. Gross. All right. Well, I need a new hand, first and foremost. This hand is balls. So we'll go ahead and roll that right there. New Hand is also not that great. Not gonna lie to you. New Hand also disappointing. All right, we'll move over to here. We are going to laser this nerd. Become lasered. He's only got to move like a little bit to mess with me. I could front to back him right now. Kind of feel like I should. Let's front to back him. Ah! There we go. It drains some of his AP. There's going to be less stuff that he can do on his turn. I don't know if I want to stay here or if I want to fall back afterwards. Another nice quality of life thing is that this game allows you to basically skip any movement effect that's on any card whenever you want. That means that actually achieving perfect positioning is not that difficult in this game because you don't explicitly have to adhere to the things that are written on the card. On this card, I could move forward by 1, I could move forward by 2, I could move forward by none, and then just use it as a backwards movement card. Doesn't really matter. When I see front to back, I take front to back. It's one of my favorite movement cards. I'm going to skip my move for right now because I kind of feel like it doesn't matter. I'm going to draw some cards. Oh, hello. I think we got to play here. Let's go. I mean, we're still going to get smacked, but it kind of is what it is. I'm going to drain. Get him with the buzzsaw. I'm going to drain my own deck right now. Just to kind of like skid out because I was in a safe spot. The worst case scenario is that I skid into him. And when I skid into him, it deals damage to him and it doesn't really affect me altogether that much. That, on the other hand, is unfortunate. That's not great. Running into the median is kind of bad. I think we've got this guy here, so I'm going to ride on. Every single character in this game has 3 abilities that they can use once per turn, every single turn. This helps mitigate bad RNG, and it also sets the tone for how that character in particular plays. Some characters are very mobile. Some characters have lots of defensive cards over here and are meant to tank. Some characters are meant to run away and just outrun the enemy by being faster. Some characters are meant to shoot it out and have cards that give them bonuses to shooting damage and stuff like that. It just kind of depends. There's so many characters in this game. You unlock characters in this game by fighting them on the death road, actually, which I think is interesting and thematic. I like it. We're going to upshift, we're going to ram him, and there it is. We've got another victory. But anyways, if you're on the death road and you kill another pilot, you unlock that pilot. You'll notice that there's people moving around just like I'm moving around. We kind of want to pick a prevailing strategy here. I don't love any of these objects. However, the wrecking ball might not be the worst idea. It's a little more expensive than laser trail. It does deal a lot more damage though. I'll collect it and we'll look at it in the quiet of our own home. How about that? We do have a road battle right here, and I said I was going to look at it, so what does that do right there? You can right-click on anything in the game, including enemies, and you can see a full printout of what they can do. The downside to this is that I don't think the enemy actually plays a card game the same way that you do. I think the enemy has a list of actions, and they can do all of those actions or any of those actions as long as they have enough handling once per turn. That bothered me a little bit, because if I'm playing around with RNG and randomness, I kind of want the enemy to be doing so too. But then after I thought about it for a while, I was like, well, in Slay the Spire, the enemies have like a pattern that they follow. And like in other card games, they have a pattern that they follow. They don't have to play a card game against you. So like maybe I'm just being irrational. And so I walked off of it. Sometimes my brain has stupid thoughts where I'm just like, that's a thing I'm going to critique. And then I sit there and I ponder it for like 20 or 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, what is the root of why that particular acknowledgement irritated me? I mean, I like the extra damage. Oh, that lets me move backwards and ram them too? Man. It also puts fragile on them. I mean, it's nice. It's not bad. I still think we're kind of spreading our weapons out a little bit too much, though. Usually I like to have 2 forward-facing weapons, 1 backward-facing weapon. Right now we've got a back, we've got a side, and we've got a front, which means that we're putting ourselves at the mercy of situationalness right now, which kind of sucks. I'd like to replace this right here with something that shoots backwards or forwards so that I have a strong direction that I can push in and then run away if I need to. But we're not there yet. The build's not really coming together on this run. At least not so far. Alright, so we've got motorcyclists. I'm pretty sure these guys just pull up on you, and I think they just shoot you with a pistol or something like that. So we're going to front to back here into that guy. We're going to use pinball. We're going to use that. And that's an OTK right there, son. Enjoy that spicy OTK. Taste it. Take it right to the dome piece. I don't know what it is about mechanized road violence that, like, makes me into an animal, but I swear to God, when I play this game, dude, I'm like, Outlander! Outlander! Like, I don't know, man. It makes me want to throw, like, a bladed boomerang at somebody. I can't help it. I will laser shoot you. I'm going to need to wrench out onto here. Unfortunately, we're going to lose ground. If you go from smooth ground onto rough ground, it automatically moves you back by 1, which is a little unfortunate. It's okay, though, because movement is on my side. We're going to get to right here, and then we're going to cut him in half. Down he goes. Let's collect our scrap and be on our way. I probably shouldn't have shouted like that. I've been sick lately. Well, there's what I was asking for. It's a top-mounted crossbow that shoots forward. On a certain level, I guess I have to take it. I was just saying that I wanted something that shoots forwards and backwards, so here we are. So with the firebomb, what do those do? So we get rumble, okay, and brittle. All right, so it basically nerfs the enemy. It's the equivalent of, like, you know, from Mad Max, those javelins that they throw that explode. They've got, like, a grenade on the tip. That was actually a real thing. I think the Japanese army used those in World War II when they were getting towards the end and they were running out of tanks. They would have guys run up with, like, a pilum with a grenade on the end and throw it at the treads, basically, like, suicide bomb the tank to blow the treads off. Wild, man. We don't really need the repair spot, so I guess I'll just take the goodies. The Reckless Rage, I have no idea what that air conditioner does. Apparently, it's an air conditioner. I don't know what it does, though. I'll take it. What does it do? So it gives us 3 handling regeneration. I've never seen that icon. Rage. Double your condition and handling damage from weapon cards. Lose a rage at the end of your turn. Take more condition damage from all sources. So it makes me... Okay, I see. So it nerfs me, but it makes me hit, like, double hard, but it makes me take, like, double damage. I know that's not what 50% means. You don't have to point it out in the comments. I know, but, like, it's just an observation. All right. What are we looking at here? Military hot rod. He's got plasma trail, so I don't think we much want to be behind this guy if we can help it. I think we're going to be stuck being behind this guy for now, though, because I need to kill these robot drones right here. Are super deadly. These guys, like, legitimately suck and will, like, mess up your whole life. I need something that hits him in the face. If you can do that for me, it would be incredible. I hate you so much. All right, never mind. New plan. We're going to tank it. I can front to back him, but it's not going to kill him, is the problem. I guess I can deny him a little bit of AP, though, for the double attack, maybe. Buckle up. This turn's going to hurt. This is going to be a real stingy turn. As I say, we might get double lasered by him. We did get double lasered, and then we might get double plasmaed by this guy. Well, no left, no left, no! Bad luck, real bad luck. Yeah, that turn hurt with a double skid roll too, and really bad luck. We rolled a left on every single card. The chances of that are infinitesimally small. That we would accidentally roll a left turn 4 times in a row, that's not a thing that happens statistically. Let's go ahead and let this guy have it. We're kind of inside his kill zone right now, which sort of sucks. But that's also kind of life. If we're duking it out, we're duking it out. One problem you will run into with this game is that there's, like, no opportunities to heal unless you get a really good map. And since we've already bypassed our healing spots, I have my doubts that we're going to see another heal. So wherever our HP ends up after this fight is where it's going to stay at. One of my main complaints about this game is that you always start out inside the enemy's kill box perfectly. I think it should be randomized. It kind of sucks that the enemy always starts out with you in their sights in the perfect position where they want you to be. Who is my character, and why is he such an idiot that he's constantly getting surrounded by enemies like that? You know what I mean? It's very frustrating. Let's go hit this guy with a crossbow and get out of here. And so if I had one change I would make to this game, it's that the enemy's position should be randomized around the player at the beginning of a fight. Because having 10 fights in a row where every enemy is one move away from hitting you twice, meh. I think that's probably my one complaint about the game. We've got a double SMG burst right there, which is pretty good. I believe that's better than the lasers we currently have. Yeah, significantly. A lot more damage and a lot more AoE. Yeah, let's take it. Double machine guns. Sounds good. One thing I actually think would be really cool is if you could take extra parts and you could scrap them to get like 3 HP back or something. That would actually be really, really cool. Because I always have like all these extra parts. If we can survive till there, we're okay. We've only got 2 fights in between here and there. We just got to make it happen. We just got to execute. That's it. Who is this guy? He's a ramming guy, isn't he? He's going to ram me, huh? Okay, so it looks like he's got a double back move. It looks like he's got a lot of rams. Okay. I would say open with the big SMG blast. And I sort of feel like with a guy like this, it's important to keep him chasing you and unable to close with you. So let's say we go forward by 1. We fire the launcher. We front to back, double back. That means he has to go back by 2. He has to go back by 1. He may get a ram off. So I'm going to move over to here so that it's really hard for him to ram me. I want him to use all his AP on this turn-on movement. There will also be obstructions that happen from time to time. So, for example, if this guy doesn't get out of the red zone, he's going to get exploded. There's really not a whole lot of ways around it for him. Get him with another one of those bad boys. If I can fish out a machine gun right now, we're good. We fished out a machine gun. We're good. Easy peasy fight. No problem. Love it, dude. Just top decked our way out of a situation. Hell yeah. I like this game a lot. I think this is a really cool game that attacks from a unique angle. I think a commonality that you're going to see a lot of times with a game like this is that like it's going to be probably 8 seconds before someone posts on the forums and is like, yeah, you know, the game's not as mechanically deep as Slay the Spire. My response to that is always like, why does it need to be? So like, I don't want to play a super mechanically complex builder. I don't want to. I want to play a game that's sleek, that's fast, that runs, that's enjoyable. I want to play something that's all about the rule of cool. You know what I mean? And this game goes in that direction. Is the deck building perfect? No. Is it a game that's going to have like an endless meta that exists? Probably not. However, this is definitely a game that's a lot of fun to play. I definitely think that's AI art. If you're wondering why I'm picking on AI art, so AI art in games on Steam is really dubious, and it basically means that I can't recommend a game no matter how good it is. Here's why. Steam's stance on AI art is that they don't support it. Basically, they're bracing themselves for the inevitable DMCA lawsuit that will happen at some point that determines whether or not AI art is all good to go or whether it's an amalgamation of other artists' work. And so Steam has said that nobody can put anything with AI art on Steam unless they can prove that they owned the training data that was used to create that AI model's art. Almost nobody can do that because they're using like the same 2 or 3 sources for AI art. And so that means what can happen here as a consumer, and why you should be aware of this, is at any time, Steam can delete any game from your library to protect themselves from a lawsuit that has AI art inside of it, and you will be left holding the bag. I can virtually guarantee you they're not going to be refunding people. And so anyways, that's something to watch out for with games that incorporate AI art. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy both of those relics because they're both good. One increases our hand size by 1, and the other one means that if I kill 2 vehicles with 1 card, I gain 10 condition. I don't have a lot of AoEs, but I do have some AoEs, and so it's not outside the realm of possibility that we might be able to pull it off at some point. We can sell some of our scrap over here, and I will do exactly that. I might hold on to the Wrecking Ball just because I kind of like it. I don't know if I'll use it, but I kind of like it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to hold on to the Toto Tora, sorry. I was thinking about the weird ballista thing we have on top of our car. All right, let's see if we can make it through one more fight to get to the repair station. You come across a large, partially collapsed building with a large neon sign that reads Auto Parts Warehouse. The building appears to have been abandoned for some time, but upon closer inspection, you notice thick metal doors still intact. Who knows what treasures might be hiding there? I mean, we could try to get the preamp. Let's do it. Did I get it? Nope, didn't get it. One more fight and we're out of here. So we've got what looks like a battle van and a motorcycle. All right. If we can survive this, we're home free. Is that a Tesla Cybertruck? God, what a hideously ugly vehicle. So this guy looks like he's pretty strong to the front and the back. It looks like we kind of need to be alongside him if we want this to work. I'm going to take the shots that I already have right now because I don't see a reason not to. Oh, I should have fired first, then I would have killed him. Bummer. I do have front to back right now, which is nice. I'm going to use front to back. I'm going to try to outpace this dude behind me, and we'll deal with him in a minute once I've come up with a plan. We're going to pinball this guy. Down he goes. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to accelerate out of this and just like leave this fight behind. It's about to become road right there, so that's good. Okay, so he's got some decent armor right there. I still don't know exactly how I want to deal with this guy. I'm not super sold on my strategy here. He's like one of those enemies that's pretty strong in every direction. And so it's always kind of risky to take him on. I also need my parachute so that I can get behind him to finish him off, I think. Yeah, kind of feels that way. I guess I'll take some armor. Let's see what he does. He's pretty far behind right now. I could easily outrun him. He doesn't seem that fast. So I think in this case, we parachute back to him. We give ourselves the 5 armor. We gear shift up to 3. We move back to here. We 8-ball him. Do I want to eat a double plasma? How bad is this plasma? 12 damage. Can I soak that? I can soak it. It can be soaked. All right, let's go ahead and do it then. Sometimes you just got to believe. I'm going to drain my... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I was going to drain my own handling so that I skid it out under a controlled environment where I wanted to skid, rather than when the enemy wants me to skid, which is also an important part of kind of taking this game into account. We're going to skid again. Oh, dude, we have the worst luck with the skid deck today, dude. I don't know why the skid deck hates me today, but it hates me today, man. It hates me so bad. I'm deeply upset right now with the skid deck. I think we're safe, though. All right, Cybertruck's down, and we're out of here. I can't believe it, dude. Out of all of our skids, there's like 7 different things, 8 different things that can happen on a skid, and we keep rolling the one every single time that we don't want. Oof, the missile pack is crazy OP. I don't know if I want it. The missile pack's so good. Like, it lets you shoot whoever you want to shoot whenever you want to shoot it. But you only get 1 attack card. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to put the missile launcher on there, dude. The missile launcher is just so good. My experience has been that I've regretted it every single time I've skipped the missile launcher. All right, we're all healed up. We got lucky with the path that we picked. But this is Death Road's tournament. I think the game's great. It's not going to give you any crazy high-level deck building like you would find in some of the more refined deck building games, but it is a very fun spectacle deck builder that I think you will enjoy. What the hell is that thing? Is that a weaponized Roomba with a tail fin? Oh my goodness gracious. It's a weaponized Roomba with a tail fin. Lord, bear me strength. I think, like I said, my one complaint about the game is that you always start out sandwiched inside the kill box of all the enemies. Kind of sucks. I would kind of prefer that the enemies be randomized all over the place, and then maybe add just like an extra one to each fight for the challenge. But I don't know, man. Always starting out in their sights is always kind of like, meh. And some people will say, well, they started out in your sights too. And I'm like, yeah, but that's just luck of the draw with my deck. You know what I mean? Like, that's just luck. That's not design. And so anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. I think this is a really great roguelike. I like it a lot. I want to play it all the time. I will catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Take care, folks.